It is Friday the 12th, and welcome back to our devotional time for keeping Christmas with Allison Pittman. And we've got 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground, which puts me in a Christmas mood. I don't really understand Australia and countries that are hot during Christmas time. The snow makes me feel Christmassy. And today we move on to our 13th devotional, which is called Within the Robe. Within the Robe. Now, you may recall we have been traveling with the spirit of Christmas present, and we've been going to the Cratchit home and Fred's home and different places that show joy during Christmas time, regardless of whether they have money or they don't. There's joy being shown to Scrooge, and he is enjoying it. And now it's time for the time of Christmas present to draw to a close. But before he goes, Scrooge sees something. He sees something under his robe and he asks about it. And this becomes a very scary moment. Scrooge notices something peeking out from the spirit's robe and is prompted to ask, is it a foot or a claw? And then from his robe, the spirit brings two children, wretched, abject, frightful, hideous, miserable. They knelt down at its feet and clung upon the outside of its garment. They were a boy and a girl, yellow, meager, ragged, scowling, wolfish. You may recall that I said that this story is not just a pleasant, sweet Christmas story. It is, in some respects, a horror story, and here is some more horror. In addition to the ghost of Marley, now we see these two, frankly, animal like children. One is called want, and the other is called ignorance. And today we're talking specifically about ignorance. You may recall I said that we would have some scary times, um, some times that were not so nice with the spirit of Christmas present as well. And here we are. And what are these two children? Who are these two children? One is called ignorance, one is called want. One is a boy and one is a girl. And the Spirit says, be most aware of ignorance. And I would think that it is because ignorance leads to want, actually. And we're not talking about not being smart, we're talking about not gaining knowledge. And specifically, Allison Pittman relates that to a wonderful scripture from Ephesians. She quotes Ephesians 4:18. They are darkened in their understanding and separated from the life of God because of their ignorance that is in them due to the hardening of their hearts. The ignorance that she is referring us to is the ignorance of the Spirit, the ignorance of Jesus Christ and his salvation. And you continue in the dark. So Scrooge has begun taking first steps out of his own ignorance. He is seeing some hope, he is seeing some goodness in the world, but now he is reminded that there is that ugliness as well. And where do we go from here? Where is Scrooge going to go from here? Where do we go? Ignorance and want. We certainly understand want. We talk about poverty a lot. We talk about helping those that are poor, especially at Christmas time. But there is that old adage: uh, give somebody a fish, and they've eaten for the day, right? But teach someone how to fish, and they can eat for a lifetime. And what we're talking about there is how are we helping people in education? How are we helping people to be educated in the world so that they can survive? But not only that, be educated in the spirit so that they have an eternal relationship and be delivered from the darkness of the sin within us. Are we doing that? Well, I think one way to do that is, frankly, to invite people to church. That's an easy way to talk about spiritual things. Sometimes we think, oh, well, religion is a personal decision. And it is, but it's also very public, isn't it? In that we need to share. Now, we're not talking about religion, sharing a denomination, but we are talking about sharing Jesus. And that is our responsibility to do. So I'm asking you to take a look at that today and challenging all of us, myself included. How can we reach more for Jesus? How can we reach more to tell them about Jesus? God bless you. We will see you tomorrow.